Okay. So tool calling is a pattern in AI applications allowing the model to interact, you know, set up APIs and tools. So basically, while interacting with the AI model, sometimes the model needs to know some real-time information, either from an API or from database or something else. So uh, earlier, in my example, I have created a RAG-based application using a vector, Redis is a vector store, and Grok is a chat model, LLM model, and Mistral for embeddings. So these are the three different dependencies I have copied from Spring AI documentation. Spring AI OpenAI is to interact with LLM model. So I think so. This is a kind of wrapper we can connect with any LLM model, either it is a OpenAI or Mistral or a Grok, any model we can actually connect by using these common libraries. The next one is Spring AI Redis Store. So these libraries are basically used to interact with the vector database. So sorry, it's a Redis to interact with Redis database. Okay. Mistral is for creating embeddings. I'll just go through the configuration. So this bean is Mistral A embedding model bean is is required while creating vector store object. So this is how we need to create Mistral A embedding model. I'm not going in detail. So in my earlier example, I have created this with a detailed explanation. So this bean is vector store is while creating this bean, this Z is full bean. The Mistral embedding model objects are injected automatically. So, and this Z is full is responsible for connecting with vector database. Sorry, a Redis instance, host, port number, username, and password. These things are ready. One is for creating embeddings. One is to interact with the vector database. This is called vector store bean. The next one is I've created one class called Mistral model controller. So this class, what I'm doing, I'm just created one Mistral AI chat model. So by using this post construct, I'm creating this chat model bean. This is how we need to create. This is a Mistral actually. So I'll replace these with actual values at the end, before testing it. So in this model controller, I have defined this Mistral AI chat model and the vector store by using this auto-wired annotation. So this bean will inject automatically. So the chat model, as explained before, what I'll do whenever user send a question, whenever user ask a question in the chat and the interface, in a RAG-based approach, what we will do, we will search the vector database by using the similarity search. So the similarity search content as a context, we will send this information to model, LLM model. So it's going to answer based on the context. This is how we do it, templates and everything was there. I have example also, full code URL is there in my previous example video, can go through it. So now let's see how we are going to implement tool calling feature in Spring AI. So one of the important point I want to mention here is, so model won't call exactly the tool or a method or API. If you see, the model can only request a tool call, because the model don't have access to our private endpoints or a private methods or any of the database, right? So it is just a request from the tool. So internally, Spring AI libraries is going to interact with these tools, APIs and database, whatever the as per our definition. So let's see how we can do this implementation. So Spring AI is giving an annotation called @tool. So whenever you want to define a tool, we just need to use this annotation tool. The description is very important, because the description is the source of information for tool to decide when to call a method or a tool, or which context it needs to call. So those things the model can understand by only looking at the description. So description, method name and everything was very important. So in my example, what I'll do, I'll just create a tool, one tool to check the status of an order based on order ID. Assume like there was an e-commerce portal and user was trying to interact with the chatbot. You wanted to check the status of an order by using an order ID. So where we can actually relate this particular use case, user will enter something like I want to know the status of order something XYZ or one whatever the order number. So the model is going to use these tools to check the status of the order. So and then it will frame the response and then it will return that back to Spring, whatever the methods we invoke the LLM. From there we will cascade that response back to the actual consumer, the actual user. I'll just copy this class and I'll paste it over here. We will change accordingly. So instead of date time tools, I'll just replace the class name. This tools is So this method is, I'll also put a meaningful method name for the model to understand and respond accurately. So find status, order status. Order status by order ID. This is the description. I'll put it. This method. This is to get the status of the order using order ID. Okay. So I think this I'll change this method. Body is not correct. I'll change it. So we need order ID also, right? So I'll create one more parameter called order ID. And there was one annotation actually to describe the parameter that is called tool parameter. This is from Spring AI documentation. Description. The description is very important while preparing the request from the model. Order ID. Get status order. Okay, I'll just create a map, just a static data map. Just to simulate this example in real time. Definitely, it's going to be your database or something else. You can actually implement that. Just import control shift 2. Let's make it as a static variable. Static reference. So what I'll do, I'll just I'll create a block, a static block. I'll just initialize some values just for testing. 101 order. Take some 2 to 3 order values. Usually it is in real time, it is going to be from database or some other system. Order created. Pending for dispatch. I'll just put something. Payment pending. Delivering today. So this is the map is ready. So what I will do, just write a condition if order map dot get, because if order ID is not available, if there is order ID is invalid, we have to return a different content. I'll replace. I'll remove this. This is not relevant for us here. So in this case, if order ID is not available, I'll simply mention the return invalid order ID. is ready. So the tool is ready. Now we just need to use this tool, while interacting the LLM model. I'll go to this Mistral model controller where I have explained about this before. So again I'll go back to the Spring AI documentation. So let's see how we need to do this. The chat model, I think there was example. Adding tools to chat client, adding tools to chat model. If you see, this is how we need to add tools to chat model, so that model can actually recognize the tools and request callbacks to the tools. Simply copy this. Simply copy this in the Mistral model controller. This is not datetime tools. This is going to be the tools class. Okay, so the chat actions are ready. So I think as per this example, we have to supply this parameter to the prompt. So this applies to only specific prompt. That we have a control that we don't, based on the requirement, we can add this options to the prompt object. Yeah, this is ready. So this API was ready. So what I'll do, I'll just replace the actual API key values. I'll just pause for a minute and I'll replace all the keys, and then we'll see how this API is going to work. Okay, application is started and the API is ready. I have the API in my Postman also, so let's test how it is going to work. I'll just put in valid order ID. This is an API Mistral chat. So the query is, what is the status of my order 101? This is usually taking time. That might be reason is because our keys are this is a pre-planned, right? Personal account. If you see, the status of the order 101 is order created, pending for dispatch. So yeah, if you see, this information is exactly from the tool. This is what I am returning from the tool: order created and pending for dispatch. Pending for dispatch. Now what I'll do, I'll just try to keep invalid order ID. So now definitely I'll expect to return this message. The message something like invalid order ID.